Today, we are going to be talking about one of the most important things that you need to consider when building a large-scale system or application. Today, we are going to be talking about the functional requirements, and we are going to be applying this knowledge for a real application that we are building in this video series. This application is called Job Hunter and will be an AI-powered platform designed especially for the people that is in the tech job market. We are talking about people that are software engineers, data engineers, AI engineers, cybersecurity engineers, etc. And this platform, it's going to take care of hunting for you the best job opportunities in the world that are available in the tech market, and it's going to apply for you to these job opportunities, and it's going to make all this entire process of getting a job in the tech market really easier for you. And in this video series, we are going to walk through all the necessary steps to become an idea like this a reality. I'm going to teach you how to build a large-scale system like this from scratch. Then, let's go to see one of the most important things that you need to do when you are building a large-scale application like this. When designing large-scale systems, jumping straight into code or architecture, it's a big mistake that you need to avoid in order to make a system that really works. Because the second step, right after defining the problem that you want to solve, is defining the functional requirements. This is the exact step where you decide what the system must do before worrying about how it will do it. We could say that the functional requirements are the ones that describes the observable behaviors of the system from a user and business perspective. They are not about technologies, databases, or frameworks. They are about capabilities, what the system is going to be able to do. So, let's apply this to the job hunter we are building. I'm going to walk through the main functional requirements of this platform the same way I would in a real system design interview. This step it's really critical because once the functional requirements are really clear, then architecture decisions becomes easier, design decisions also becomes easier. We are going to be able to know which technologies we are going to use. The most important one, the system stops being a simple idea and starts really becoming a product. Then let's break them down. Let's go to start with the foundation of our platform, which will be the user profile management. For example, in this section, we are going to be able to allow our user to create an update and manage a tech-focused profile. In this part, we will do things as, for example, put the username, the user email as well, all the things that has to be with the identity of the person. Then we will have probably the most important thing in the user profile because it's going to allow us to later match effectively our user with the best job offers that really matches with their skills, their profile, their preferences. Then we are going to be able to put the user preferences. we actually will have the opportunity of assigning to our new user things as, for example, their role, for example, backend engineer, AI engineer, whatever, their seniority level, their skills, for example, if you know Java, JavaScript, Python, machine learning, data analysis, all of that kind of stuff that you know how to do. Obviously, another things as, for example, location and work preferences. For example, if you prefer to work remote or hybrid or on-site. With this information, we have a good foundation to match our user with the best job opportunities for them. Now that we have the first layer of our system, that will be the user profile, we can move to the second one, which will be the job opportunity ingestion or the hunting. Here is where the magic happens in our platform. What this is going to do is, for example, go to LinkedIn or to some company page, and it's going to look for the job opportunities that are posted in these sites. And actually it's going to collect all of them, the most relevant for each user skills and preferences. After collecting all of those posts from these sites and platforms, we are going to normalize all of that data into a consistent format that our platform can understand and process. Don't worry about this, because in this moment, these are just the functional requirements. We are just deciding what our platform is going to do, but actually don't how is it going to do it. That is going to come later. And obviously continuously for each person, this is going to be looking for new opportunities each period of time. For example, once per hour or once per day, whatever we decide. Let's go to take a look to each one of these functional requirements. For example, we have the matching and scoring engine. This is all about that we need our system to get the job opportunities that can be a fit for each one of our users. And it's going to analyze each job opportunity, and it's going to compare it with the actual skills and capabilities that our user has. And in that way, it's going to decide if this particular job offer really is a fit for our user or not. We are going to take into account things as, for example, the role that our user has and the role the job opportunity is asking for. Also, we are going to compare the skills, the location, compatibility, and also the seniority level that they are asking for and the seniority level that our user has. And in that way, we are going to rank each job offer by relevance. For example, we could put a score for each job opportunity, for example, from 0 to 100, and in that way we are gonna know if really this is a fit or not, based on this score. Now, I'm going to speed up this video by copy-pasting the remaining parts of our most important functional requirements. Okay, now, as you can see, we have all of them right here. The most important functional requirements for our application. You are gonna notice that we are not mentioning, for example, databases or microservices or classes or AI models in these functional requirements, because again, we are just describing what are the things that we want our system to do, not how it's going to do it, because we are going to discuss about it later. The another layer of functional requirements that we have will be this, the application and execution, that will be manual and automated as well. For example, we want to make sure that our system actually is going to support manual applications, semi-automated applications as well, and fully automated applications where possible. What I mean with applications, we are talking about the process in which we talked to the recruiter, we send a message to the company, we send our curriculum vitae, or we go to a page and we start filling forms, for example, and answering questions about us, about the role. We are going to automate all of that when possible, because maybe sometimes can be some rules that are going to give us some troubles. Then we are going to need to be really smart in these parts. But the idea is to make this application process as automatic as possible, because obviously that is the idea. Have a system that is applying to job offers for us while we sleep. And obviously we are going to be able to know about the actual status of our applications. For example, we are going to be able to see if it was submitted or viewed or rejected, or in the best case we could have a interview requested. Another thing that our application is going to do, and that is going to be like magic, it's going to be the part of resume and cover letter tailoring, because in this case the system should be able to generate or tailor resumes and cover letters to each one of our users. For example, each time that we get a job offer, we are going to auto-tailor the resume for that particular job opportunity, taking into account, for example, the job description, the role, the tech stack that they are asking for. And we are going to do this because it's like a good practice to tailor your resume for each job offer. And we could say that is really annoying actually doing all this process manually. Then we are going to automate that as much as possible with this application. Another thing that our application is going to do is that each time that something important happens, as for example we have found a important job opportunity, or for example some of our applications has got accepted, or you have an interview request, then the user is going to be notified with these new updates. And another thing that is going to make different this system is that literally it's going to learn. Therefore we call this part outcome tracking and learning loop, because the idea is to have a real smart system that really can think. And therefore we are going to do things as, for example, track the application outcomes and correlate, for example, the resume versions, the job types, the response rates, and we are going to analyze all of this data to learn, to know what is working, which things we need to improve in order to get more opportunities to our users and their particular profiles. In that way we can do things as, for example, tailor in a better way our resumes and learn from the things that really are working and get rid of the things that are not working. In that way we can get into that loop of our system learning and improving and trying and learning from each result, from each rejection. In that way we can get a real smart system. This will be just some of our total amount of functional requirements, because obviously it's going to be a big system and actually it's going to have more than this. But the idea was to teach you how to get the functional requirements to a large scale system like this, just like people do do in system design interviews, for example. And with this, we could say that we have a broad idea of what our system is going to be about. We could say that this is going to be a really fun challenge. Then if you don't wanna miss this process, I recommend you to give like and subscribe to this channel to don't miss anything. And remember, the most important thing of this video, if you get your functional requirements right, then the architecture becomes a choice, not a guessing game. Don't forget that I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.